The Alpha Sessions with Alan Joyce.
So this is the Alpha Sessions. My name's Alan and I'm very, very pleased to be joined in the studio by Aeteri. Thanks very much for coming down.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure to have you in the studio. You've done a great session for us and we'll be looking forward to listening to some of those tunes in a few moments' time. So let's start firstly with the name. Where does it come from, Aeteri?
So basically it was my email name.
Right.
From, I don't know how long, it's been there since I was 20 years old-ish. And, well, it has to do with my classical music background. So I used to sing Mozart, and there's his famous Requiem.
Yeah.
And there's this big piece, like Lux Eterna.
Right.
So it just came to my mind, just to, you know. Also, it has to do with fifth element.
Okay.
Ether.
Yeah.
Ether. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. So, but it's kind of Italian way of pronouncing it. Aeteri.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just to emphasise the point, there's no Italian connection to you beyond the operatic stuff that you do, which we'll talk
it's
about.
just opera.
Yeah. And this is I found fascinating when I first started reading up about your career, is that obviously, as we'll hear, a lot of the stuff you're doing now is sort of more electronic dance type music, but your origins were in opera singer, wasn't it? So
actually, as a child, I was really into modern pop music.
right.
So that's how I actually started. I started listening to Whitney Houston, and I don't know, even Christina Aguilera, and some of the boys bands. I'm really guilty of that.
It's allowed. We've all got a few of those that we don't admit to now.
Yeah, but
go on in. Who was it? Backstreet Boys, was it?
I actually preferred NSYNC.
Oh, NSYNC. Oh, right. Oh, you were Justin
Even
Timberlake.
worse.
Yeah. Did you have the posters on the wall?
Oh yes,
Okay.
I did. Yeah,
Right. Okay.
I had the pictures, and I was drawing a lot of stuff. Like it was crazy. But anyway, that's how all this music madness started. But then at the same time, I went to music school, and I got that like education and background. And then my teacher just advised me to go and try myself. Not as an opera singer, but like as a musical singer, more like classical theater and stuff like that. And I like gradually, step by step, I got into it. But back in music school, I wasn't really fond of opera. I got like very bad feedback from my teachers. I was very lazy, so it's not like I was very like into it from the start.
It's quite a departure from NSYNC, isn't it, really? So, did you get converted? Did you become an opera fan after you started regularly singing?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
I was a real opera fan. I've been for quite a while. And I still love opera. I think it's amazing. I just don't see myself in that career anymore.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, the style of singing, it goes without saying, is completely different. I mean, which one do you enjoy most from a singing point of view? Is one technically much more difficult than the other?
Well, opera singing is obviously much more difficult. But in a way, it's so familiar to me. I don't know, I had to rebuild my voice from scratch. When I started doing my own songs, my voice was completely unsuitable for that purpose. So now I find pop singing much easier, and you kind of have more freedom. You can do whatever you want. Still, you have to follow some rules, but in opera, it's like one step left, one step right, and it's not allowed. It's like very, very strict.
But that's the thing. So how did you find your sound? Because presumably initially when you started going down the pop route, was it quite difficult to almost not do opera when you were singing along to it? I mean, I don't know if you remember an artist called Charlotte Church, who about 20 years ago did the branch from operatic singing to mainstream pop. And initially she was singing sort of operatic to dance music and then found her own sound. Is that what you did initially, or did it just come naturally?
Yeah, sounds very similar to what happened to me.
Did you find that an easy process, or did you try and experiment with a few different sounds to your voice?
It's definitely not an easy process, but once you kind of get the feel. And if you really after it, if you really love singing, which I do, I think I do. So if you really love singing and music, then it's just much more easier when, like, if you're just trying to do something which you don't like.
Yeah.
So I've got no choice. I love it. I have to do it.
Well, we're glad you did decide to do it. Have you come from a musical family? Did you grow up with music a lot?
My mother used to go to music school, and she had that Petrov piano at home. So that's how I started playing the piano.
Yeah. And what sort of other range of musical influences did you have growing up? What sort of artists did you listen to?
Well, as I said, mostly it was Western pop music. And then it was French musicals, actually. That's why I got into, Notre Dame de Paris. That's how I got into opera eventually, because I loved musicals as well. And then classical music, I think, is a big influence, because I've been doing it like for 10 years. It's been quite a while.
Wow. So how long ago was it from now that you made the switch to
It's been 2 years, yeah.
Okay. And as we talked about just before we came on air, obviously when you think of the timelines, 2 years ago was right at the start of the first lockdown. So was it sort of during that lockdown that you suddenly had that moment where you thought, okay, this is now what I want to do with my career?
I guess, yes, it was. I'm very grateful in a way that I had that time. I mean, it wasn't the easiest times for everyone, but I think a lot of people had a chance to re-evaluate their lives, the way they are, I don't know, what they really want, or are they really happy with themselves, with their careers, with their relationships, with everything, you know? So I was the same. And I just, I don't know, I started posting short pieces of covers on Instagram, and I just got so much attention when I would be so sad in a way when I was posting opera stuff, and everyone was just like, oh, this is boring. And now I wasn't even singing properly. I just started like I was singing with half operatic voice, like songs like Whitney Houston, "I Will Always Love You," because I couldn't just do it the other way. It sounded okay.
So that's not a bad thing necessarily. If you sound like Whitney Houston, I think you're doing all right.
Well, the thing is, when you already kind of feel so much power in your voice after doing opera. Yeah. Like the first songs I picked was Sia and then Whitney Houston, so I was quite ambitious from the start. Now I see like I was crazy, like I couldn't, like, from the start, especially when you rebuild your voice, it's very dangerous to do stuff like that, but I was just like, I want to sing this, I don't care.
And do you have sort of set musical inspirations now that you aspire to be like, that you're listening to in the mainstream charts now?
Yes, sure. I love Dua Lipa, from singers. Dua Lipa, I like Baby Rexha. I think they're quite similar to my voice color. I don't know. I just listen to a lot of songs on Spotify. I've got the playlist, and I don't really follow one artist. But from production's like point of view, I like Martin Garrix, of course, David Guetta. I think he's just the god of electronic dance music. And the Chainsmokers, a lot of people, actually.
And you talk about producers. We should stress as well that not only are you a singer-songwriter, but you are also a producer as well.
Yeah, thanks to lockdown, I had time to learn.
and was that a thing? So you also learned to produce from scratch as well during lockdown as well?
Yes.
Wow, that's a productive time, isn't it?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. You enjoy that side of it? I mean, would you see yourself going the producing route as well and producing for other artists as well?
I might, but of course I would prefer to produce for myself and someone else to produce with me and like building my own brand, kind of. But of course, it's not the easiest way. Okay.
So let's talk about the first of the tracks that you performed for us, which I believe actually was your first single, wasn't it? Only Love Will Save Us?
Yes.
Yeah, so tell us a bit more about that track.
So was during the lockdown times when I just came into my mind, just came across my mind that I don't know, that's the only thing we should actually focus on. We should focus on something good instead of just stressing out and I don't know, listening to the news all the time, and because it was so frustrating, and a lot of people were afraid, and like I think it's the only way that it's like faith. For me, it's what I believe in. I believe in love, but I mean, that's what helped me overcome the lockdown and other difficulties as well. So, and actually, I saw how blessed a person with that kind of faith can be. Because a lot of weird and very, very stressful things happened to me even after the lockdown. Like I lost my job and stuff like that. But I was like, I should see the good in it. I should see the good side. And like the next day, almost, I get another offer, even better. Because I don't know, it's not about me. It's about, this good energy and bad energy. If you like really, if you really focus on good things, then you attract more good things into your life. Yeah. So the song is about that, basically.
Holding on to these legs, bigger pictures fading. When will we realize that only love will save us? Tell yourself you're alone. Build up walls and barriers. Is that what makes you strong? When only love will save us. Only love will save us. Only love's gonna save us from us, and only love will save us. It may be cold there outside, but deep in the core it's 5,000 degrees. You let yourself be what you are, and find all the beauty that comes from within. 'Cause only love will save us. Only love's gonna save us from us, and only love will save us. Save us. Find the love deep inside. Focus on what matters. I will be by your side. 'Cause only love will save us. Only love will save us. Only love's gonna save us from us, and only love will save us. It may be cold there outside, but deep in the core is 5,000 degrees. You let yourself be what you are, and find all the beauty that comes from within. 'Cause only love will save us. Only love's gonna save us from us, and only love will save us.
The Alpha Sessions with Alan Joyce.
So let's touch a little bit more on the songwriting process then. I mean, you said that you know, obviously, like with a lot of people, went through some tough times during the lockdown period. Do you find that songwriting for you is an outlet to get a lot of your own emotions out?
Yes, for sure. And when I quit opera, I've been working in a hair salon. So I had to do something. I was very, very bored. And I was like, oh, no, okay, I need to move on. And I had no idea that I would be like singing, producing especially, and like doing an interview with you.
The highlight of your career so far, I'm sure.
Well, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? And and I was like, what should I do now? Or let's go. Because I love doing hair as well. And I was like, let's go and do something about my career now. And I would work in that salon, but I saw how stressed the people are, how really mentally unstable some people can be. And I was, in a way, the same, like to some extent. And I wasn't really happy, so that's when I wrote a song which is called "Someone Like Me," because I was like, I need to find someone like me, not like someone who's not completely different. They don't have to be bad or I don't know, wrong, doing something wrong. I don't mean anything like that. I need someone similar.
I've heard a lot of people say during the lockdown, and I can say to a certain extent the same myself, that a lot of people changed their friendship circles during the course of lockdown to be around more people who thought along the lines of, you surround themselves with that positive energy that you talked about before.
Yes.
It's a very important thing. And Someone Like Me that you just referred to was also a single that was out fairly recently, wasn't it, towards the end of last year?
Yeah, I think it was out 10th of December.
In terms of going back to the songwriting sides, do you find that if you've got an idea in your mind, it's quite easy for you to go and write a full song, or do you find that you do it over several days? How does that process work? Or do you have a melody first in your mind and then you write the lyrics?
It depends, but normally it starts with an idea. So something gets in my mind and I just elaborate that idea and just sit behind the piano, play some chord progressions, and then I think of a melody. But I don't necessarily write the lyrics. I think the lyrics are very important for sure, but they might mess up the melody, so they need to be done the last.
Oh, right. So it's kind of idea, then melody,
Yes.
then lyrics.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an interesting idea. And have you found that over the last couple of years during lockdown, you've now built up a catalogue of songs that you're going to release, hopefully, in the coming months?
Yes.
Yeah. Excellent.
So 2 songs I played today, Lift Me Up and Bad Habit, are still unreleased.
Yeah.
But they are already, Bad Habit is already produced, almost. I've got one more song completely produced, but I don't know, I want to kind of get more attention, get some backup from someone like a record label, because I've been sending them emails and I got some good feedback. So I kind of see it possible and I want to push that side first and then see if I don't get anyone, I'm just gonna really self-release like I did the first 3-4 singles.
So if you're listening now from a record label, have a listen to the song. Let's get some feedback. There's some good stuff going on. So let's talk about the videos that you've done, because you've done the 3 singles so far, and for
Yes.
each of those you've produced a video. Do you enjoy that process of putting music videos together?
Yes, of course, yeah, that's the fun bit. Yes, watching especially.
Yeah. What's been the best experience so far, would you say? Which one have you enjoyed putting together the most?
I think Secret Weapon was the most difficult and the most exciting one.
Okay.
Because a lot of things went wrong. First, I shoot the video in Belgrade,
Right.
so it's in Serbia.
Yeah.
I went to Serbia and was like, let's shoot the video, because, I don't know, I didn't know anyone here to do that, but I knew a couple of people there who could, well, not the people I worked with eventually, but somehow, I don't know, I just felt it was the right decision, I don't know. And I found the people. which wasn't really easy. But anyway, but the first thing that happened, my suitcase got lost with all my stuff.
Oh no!
All the clothes and all the equipment and everything. I was like, oh no. And then, yeah, of course, they returned it to me. But I was just like very, very like a little Buddha. Like, I need to be very, very, very focused and positive. Otherwise, I'm going to go crazy. Then second thing that happened, I went to a swimming pool and my hair, which is blonde, turned green.
No.
Like green, like your mic, like this.
Wow. That's an interesting. Just as well you work in a hair salon then. You know the right people to correct it.
Yeah, but I was in Belgrade.
Yeah,
I know people
away.
here.
Yeah, okay.
But I corrected it myself. I just needed to buy some stuff. I knew what to do. I was just like, oh, but it was another, you know.
Yeah. So by the time you finished this video, you kind of thought, what on earth else can go wrong in this video, basically? I mean, the video itself looks incredible, by the way. You would never have been able to tell all of this sort of stuff that's going on in the background.
And lastly, it was shot the last day that I was in Belgrade. So the next day I flew back to London.
Yeah.
And it was like very, very short period of time we could do that. Because the crew couldn't do that before, then the guy that we worked together couldn't do that either. I was like, okay, let's do the last day, when everyone can, and then so first it started raining.
Obviously, being in London is going to happen.
Yeah, but it was in Belgrade. In Belgrade,
Oh,
in
it's still
summer.
in Belgrade, yeah, okay.
In summer, it never rains.
No.
It never rains, but it started raining. And I don't know, but it turned out amazing in the sense that we had so many ideas, but now we had to stick to just one, to just like one outfit or two, like no time wasting, just do this and that, and yeah, we got it right, I guess.
So you did get it right. It's had an amazing reception ever since, and it looks brilliant. So, so if you haven't seen the video, it's on YouTube, isn't it? It's called Secret Weapon. It's definitely well worth checking out. So let's talk about the second song that you did for us, called "Lift Me Up." Explain a bit more about that one for us.
It's about actually all my songs are about love. It's more this song is more emotional than, for example, the first song I did is called "Only Love Will Save Us." It's more about like that energy of love and the positive energy that surrounds us, and we're all connected and stuff like that. And "Lift Me Up" is more about love between men and women. Mm-hmm. So it's more about that emotional aspect of relationship.
The Alpha Sessions with Alan Joyce.
So let's talk now about social media and in particular Instagram, because you are all over Instagram. You've got an amazing following on there.
Thank you.
What's your relationship with social media? Do you enjoy having Instagram or do you find it a pressure?
Well, it used to be a pressure because I used to do Instagram before that. I used to be, as I said, I used to be hairstylist and I used to be wardrobe stylist, and I had to do like promotion on Instagram for that kind of stuff. And that was really, really difficult and a bit of a struggle for me because I didn't really, like in the end of the day, it wasn't my call to do that kind of stuff. And I was pushing myself to do that. This time is different. I just love doing that, and it's easy. That's why. Of course, it takes my time and energy and a bit of planning, but once you get it rolling, it's very easy. It's really easy for me to do it. It's much more difficult to just sing well, play well, and I don't know, keep practicing, keep getting better. I think this is the focus, and Instagram just comes along to all of that.
Out of all the social media types, do you find Instagram the one that you prefer to use the most? It seems to be the way that most musicians are going now.
I don't know, just it worked for me. I think TikTok is not bad either, but I just don't really know the tricks about TikTok yet.
Yeah, me neither. I know, I haven't gone there yet.
It's a bit,
Maybe
it's a bit different.
Yeah.
I think it's more about fun videos and like.
So you enjoy the visual side quite a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's
do.
good. So talk to us about gigs now. As we record this, we're recording this the day before Good Friday, and actually you've got an online gig happening tomorrow, which by the time people hear this will have already happened. But I'm intrigued to know how you get on with online gigs. Obviously, since you started this career, I guess most of them have been online because you weren't able to get out and gig a lot of the time during the lockdowns and stuff. But how do you find online gigs?
Well, that's the way I started, but actually most of the gigs were offline. They were live, because I've done quite a lot of gigs since last year, since everything has been open. But I don't know. Actually, I prefer live gigs to online because I can see the audience, I can feel the energy better, I can interact with someone, and online it's just the camera. But that's the way I started, and it's a good way of putting yourself out there as well.
It must be very difficult not having that energy back, because everyone says with live, and obviously everyone loves performing live because they get the reaction from the crowd and everything, but from an online thing, is it quite hard to kind of keep that energy up when you're not getting any direct response back?
It's not hard, it's just a bit different. And actually, when I did my first release, it was actually a year ago, I could feel the energy. That's the interesting point, because before that, it was my first time doing that, and I really could feel the energy, because people were sending some smileys, some hearts, and asking me questions, and I saw a lot of people turning up, and that's the energy. That's the different type of energy, but still you can feel it.
Yeah. Do you think it's here to stay, online gigs? I mean, it probably wasn't a big thing before the lockdowns, but do you think there's still going to be a place for them in 5-10 years' time?
Well, it is. There's always room for online gigs, because a lot of people, for example, that follow me on Instagram, they are from other countries, not even cities, but from. I've got people from Brazil, from Canada, from the US. And, from India as well, from countries like, I don't know, a lot of Latin American countries, from Italy, from Russia, a little bit, but they are like not very active, to be honest. So the following is so diverse, like in terms of geography, so it's very easy to actually promote something online, as a lot of people just can't make it to your live gig.
Yeah. It's true, yeah. There's every time you play online, it's like playing one giant international gig, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where else would you get the chance to do that? When you put it like that, it sounds really great.
And I also forgot Germany. I've got some people from Germany and the Netherlands, and they are amazing.
Well, I hope they're all watching this now as well. So let's talk about the dream gig then. If you could play live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
I should think about it, but I'm actually thinking about Glastonbury Festival.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And but I also kind of, I don't know, because I'm a hybrid musician. I love to DJ a little bit, and I love to do my own music, to produce my own music, not just to sing, but I definitely don't want to give up singing. So I'm kind of, I don't want to go either way. I just want to do it this way. So let's see, I don't know, where this kind of, because a lot of musicians, they just play music, like Martin Garrix, they play these big festivals and these big room tracks, and you got, on the other hand, Dua Lipa, Lady Gaga, Beyonce, who like put up amazing shows.
Yeah.
So I would love to do maybe something like this, but with a little bit of kind of DJing and music production. But I definitely need some help, because I'll be like this.
Beyonce, if you're listening, in this dream gig scenario, then, I mean, have you thought about like who you would ideally love to have performing alongside you on stage? Imagine, alive or dead. Let's think big here. If you could perform alongside any artist in the world. I mean, obviously, NSYNC, I'm assuming you'd be up there.
No. Well, if you ask me about that,
you're not going to say no, right?
Well, I need to respect my child's childhood dreams.
Yeah.
So I'd love to, well, of course, I love David Guetta, and I would love to sing in a track with him and like perform with him on stage, with Martin Garrix. In terms of singers, well, I love Sia, I love Dua Lipa, Lady Gaga, Beyonce, anyone from that list,
Well, they're all regular listeners of this programme, so we'll put them in touch. This time next week, we'll look forward to hearing about that collaboration going on. Okay, so let's imagine this scenario then, where let's say you had David Guetta, Sia, you all on stage together. You go backstage. You've got your dream rider there. So if you had to like have one special treat laid on for you backstage, could be anything, what would it be?
Well, I don't know. I'm not really into sweets. No.
Okay.
I'm more into, maybe if I were hungry, that would be a nice big fat burger.
A big fat burger. I love the sound of that. Yeah. Big fat burger just before you're on stage.
Because I'm not really into like eating a lot, but when I'm hungry, I'm hungry.
Yeah. No, we like that. We go with a burger. Excellent. Brilliant. Well, hopefully in a couple of years' time we'll speak to you again, and that will have been reality. And
not too exquisite.
Okay, no, exactly. I don't think we've had a big fat burger before in a rider, but I like that.
But with good beef, not with the...
Not just any old beef, yeah,
not
absolutely.
just any beef.
A high
good
quality burger.
Argentinian beef.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So you're quite fussy with burgers then, blimey, okay. I'll make sure we get onto that. We'll have it ready for you next time you come into the programme.
Thanks.
So what else do you have planned for the rest of this year?
Well, my gig tomorrow, it's the first. Then I'm planning to do more gigs with the band. I also play with the band. And I'm planning to... this setup that I've got for myself for tomorrow, I'm actually I will try to promote it to some, I don't know, maybe clubs, because it sounds a bit, it's not too clubby because I'm singing. Obviously, it's a bit more as a concert, but it sounds very kind of clubby. I don't know how to explain, because I've got that bass lines and the drums and a lot of groove going on. So I would just try to promote myself more, try to get more connections in this field. And I also, as I said, I want to get some record labels to back me up. Because I can self-release. It's not a problem. I just think the impact would be much more significant if I did it with someone else.
Well, hopefully there's lots of people listening to this, and then there'll be lots of airplay going on over the coming months, and it'll be snapped up with any luck anyway. But good luck
Thank you.
with it all.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, exactly. So before we talk about the last track, if people want to find out more about you, where can they go? What can they do?
I've got a lot of stuff going on my Instagram, so it's Aeteri, Aeteri music. So there's a lot of things and a lot of stories there, and also I've got my Spotify, so it's also Aeteri on Spotify and on YouTube for my music videos.
So check out the videos on YouTube, they're great. So yeah, thank you so much for coming down today. Really appreciate it. Nice speaking to you.
Thank you very much.
Before we go, let's talk about the last track that you did for us called Bad Habit, which we touched on earlier on. So tell us a little bit more about that one.
Well, it's a very, very kind of cheeky song, but I just realized that some people can be really toxic for you, or I don't know, maybe it's not their fault, maybe it's your fault that you treat them this way or you expect too much from them. So it's not about blaming anyone, but it's about we did a shooting for this back in Belgrade when I was there last time. So
did you have blue hair for this one as well?
No. No, but I've got we went to McDonald's and we bought
obviously to have a burger. Yeah.
A lot of burgers and fries, and we made a very, very funny video. Hopefully it's gonna be released soon, because basically they're waiting for me to finish the production and to release the song, basically. But so some relationships can be really toxic, as, I don't know, bad habits that we have, like smoking, drinking too much, or eating too much junk food. All of this takes our energy from us, like these relationships. So during the lockdown, I was also re-evaluating my kind of, it doesn't have to be love. It can be, for example, some friends or people who don't really believe in you, and you try to, I don't know, persuade them to treat you differently. It's like, it happens all the time, but you just need to be very picky with people. I mean, it's just, you find someone like you, and then you're happy. Everyone is happy, not just trying to like suffer from someone who doesn't really want to meet your standards, or like try to make them meet your standards. I mean, it's just not fair towards them or towards yourself. So bad habit is cutting off bad habits. It's about like, I stopped smoking 2 years ago completely. So
wow.
I didn't really smoke all the time, but I would just, out of just doing nothing, I was like, having one cigarette in a while. But after realizing that this takes away my energy, this is not beneficial for me, I need just to cut it off. And that's when it happened.
Well done for that, by the way.
Thank you. But I still love burgers.
And I was going to say, cut out all the negativity, but keep those big fat burgers, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you can't be just a saint, or like I'm singing an angel or saint. No. You're still a human, and you need to have some
Absolutely.
weak size.
I couldn't agree more. Aeteri, thank you so much for coming down.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
I've read so many books, but that don't seem to help. It's so much easier to say than to implement. I Promise I'm starting from Monday, the next week I'm quitting this mess. Why do the worst things always have to feel the best, right? I'm gonna make it right this time. I'm gonna make it. You might be happy, keep you under control. You know my weak spots and erogenous zones. I could pretend I don't even care, but somehow you always know. You're my habit and I need to let you go. Hell's turned to heaven, left the 7 sins behind. But why the feeling something's missing in my life? Maybe I'm still not an angel or saint, I'm complaining my life, I don't mind. Should I just leave this moment and don't care about the future, be caring and kind? Right, I'm gonna make it right this time. Gonna make it. You're my bad habit, keep you under control. You know my weak spots and erogenous zones. I could pretend I don't even care, somehow you always know. Oh, you're my habit and I need to let you go. I need to go and leave me alone. Go and leave me alone. You're my baby, keep you under control. Oh, you know my weak spots and erogenous zones. I could pretend I don't even care, somehow you always know. Oh, you're my baby and I need to let you go. I need to let you go. I need to, oh, I need to let you go.